What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back to the Purge After Show. Ooh, tonight's episode was crazy. Miguel and Penelope ain't out the woods yet, okay? And can we trust Lila? I don't know. And oh my goodness, Jane blows David's mind. Finally! You know what? We're gonna talk about it all and more. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh no, it's that time of week again.
Oh my gosh! Are you ready to purge? Wait, where are our panel? Did they get purged?
They did.
Oh, but we're the only two left.
Oh, we got this.
See, it's because we had Ollie's survival tips.
They weren't listening.
They weren't listening. I was taking notes, probably because I was right beside you.
Thank you.
So that's probably why.
We're a good team.
Yeah. So you got to listen to Ollie's survival tips.
Absolutely, girl. I got you.
Yes. Which we chose this song because finally, so many things finally happened. We'll make sure to get into that. But welcome to the Purge After Show. I'm your host, Jaimi Gray, and I have another lovely panelist. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Ollie Dreamer. Or Ollie Drennan, whatever you want to call me.
I like both, but I like to call you Ollie Dreamer.
Thank you.
He's dreamy.
You're too good.
But you guys, welcome back. So tonight's episode was very crazy. A lot happened. But I know we wanted to talk about certain things, certain groups. So let's start with Miguel and Penelope.
Okay.
Like, what the heck? Okay, so we find them. They are in a truck. They're hiding, basically trying to find their way to safety. All right, so Miguel is finally there for Penelope. She's feeling some type of way. What are your thoughts just kind of on that first scene and seeing them kind of...
Well, the thing is, I'm a little frustrated with Penelope because
Same.
It's like, girl, you just got rescued from your brother. So it's just like, she still wants to go into the invisible. And I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop it. No.
Oh my, okay, I think she's a little ungrateful now, mind you. This is my personal opinion. Like, I like Penelope. We like Jessica. She was in our after show a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't seen those episodes, make sure you check it out. But I think she's a little ungrateful. It's like, you both almost got killed in the way that you actually didn't want to go out. Mind you, she was on the Blue Crew bus with Tegan, and then she, got sidetracked into other ways. And she could have died by her ex-boyfriend, Henry. So it's like, your brother really saved your life here. You could be a little more grateful. But I think, she said a lot of very interesting things in this episode. So when they're together, she's saying she wanted to be with their parents. She wanted to make that decision on her own. What were your thoughts on that?
I just think it's a little weak because I think as much as
weak.
As much as you want to be with your parents, I feel like your parents, they don't want you to sacrifice yourself or like go out like that. I don't think your parents, your mom would have wanted you to go out like that. They want you to continue to living and to literally your mom's last words to, I forget if she said it to Miguel or Penelope, but she said, stick together, and it's finally your brother came and saved you. So I wish that triggered a little bit more a motivation for her to continue on and be strong and get through the Purge Night,
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping in the next 3 episodes that we got left, it's almost done, it's crazy, that she'll develop into wanting to stick it out.
Absolutely, but it's like, at this point, because it's only episode, 7 right now? So we have three more episodes to kind of figure out where things are going to go. But as far as, and Cassandra in the chat says, she is very ungrateful.
Yes, thank you,
And
Cassandra.
these are about 4 exclamation points. We're with you, girl, but that's like, I feel it. I felt that passion behind it. But yeah, so also then I'm thinking, okay, where is Tegan in this blue bus? And everybody else that was on that bus, where did they go?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen a couple of buses. We've seen the nun bus with the lit up nuns, the lit nuns. We've seen the bus where Joe was on. And so then we also see the blue bus, not in this episode, but just across the series.
Oh, and
so
don't forget did you mention the Ronda Rousey bus?
And yeah, exactly. And the Matron of Saints bus. So there's a lot of buses going on. So I think we should really make sure that we're on the lookout for which bus this is and what's going on, because we did see a bus in the last scene. So going back to Miguel and Penelope, I'm just wondering, like, is she going to try to do something to kill herself? Like, because she's saying that she still really wanted to be with her parents. Yeah. So I'm like,
I think, oh God, I know it's more into predictions, but I think that's definitely not the last we've seen of the Blue Crew. I think good leader Tavis, she's going to show her face again with those blue eyes, blue robe, blue everything. So I think maybe I think maybe the interaction that we might see with the Blue Crew and Miguel as well, that hopefully that will be something that will really trigger her into sticking out with her brother. I'm hoping.
Yeah, because he never exactly even met the Blue Crew, right?
Yeah,
That's what we're calling them, the Blue Crew on the bus. Because he met everyone else.
Yeah. So he doesn't really know. I think we need a flashback too of Penelope with the Blue Crew, like before,
getting adjusted,
learning the ways, why she was so attracted to being with the Blue Crew.
Yeah, because her whole excuse about you were never there talking to her brother, to me, is just not enough. But there's also a scene where, of course, Miguel is saving the day. Penelope somehow gets caught in a trap, in a booby trap in the woods, and she's hanging upside down, which to me, I was like, okay, this blue robe going on, it's too much. Honey, take it off. There's got to be something underneath that.
Yeah.
He's trying to save you. Like,
you can't run in that.
You can't, and you stand out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you look like a big cloud. So, I just thought it was really random how that whole scene happened. I'm wondering, does it have anything to do with anything? Because he saw people with flashlights. Miguel rescues the day, and then he's shooting at them. So, any thoughts on that, or was that just unnecessary?
Well, I think that's definitely going to lead to something for sure. We're seeing people, like, get lit on fire in the forest. I think that was in the forest.
Yeah. That was crazy.
And I'm also a little excited to see what's going on in this forest, because we always see the Purge setting in the city or in a house. So I'm interested in seeing this more like uncharted wilderness, for lack of a better word, that people will go into and do whatever the heck they want. So, but hopefully our characters survive, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think they will. I actually don't think that we're going to see Penelope or Miguel die this season, but I still want to see Penelope beat somebody up. And also, just with this Blue Crew, I'm like, did they teach them any type of combat skills? Because if you are all on a bus, it's pretty obvious. Like, if someone were to just come and shoot you guys up, your whole mission is just it's done.
Maybe they want that, though.
Maybe. I don't know. I need answers. I need answers. We should have asked Jessica that when she was here. Like, so
girl, what did they teach you?
Yeah.
I hope they taught you something good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess enough of Penelope and Miguel. But if you guys have more thoughts on that, of course, let us know in the comments and the live chat. And of course, we have plenty more for you. Ollie, hit it off.
Oh, guys, we have so many different channels for AfterBuzz TV. I know if you are a fan of Animation Channel, you got to subscribe to that, because Jaimi and I, we do the anime after show.
Yes,
right
anime
now.
fans.
Right now, we're doing My Hero Academia.
It's lit.
It's such a good anime,
So
but
good.
the point is, we have reality TV, we have drama, animation, like I said. So we want you to subscribe to support us and help us grow. We would appreciate it, because we love you guys. And also, don't worry about those pesky notifications, because they're completely optional. So you guys just subscribe, let us know that you did, and we will shout you out. So hit us up on Twitter, DMs, comments. We will shout you out. We really appreciate you guys and your support. And for now, thanks for being the best fans out there. Cassandra, we see you in the live chat. We see you, Nubia. We see you, Chelsum 90. Sorry, I butchered that.
I like it.
But thank you so much, and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Yes, thank you. We really do appreciate you, AfterBuzzers. You guys keep us going. So speaking of going, let's keep it going with the story. So Jane, like we said, she blows David's mind, and I just
that scared me.
That scared me too. I was gonna say drop her cover. We love good sound effects here. But like Nubia said in the chat, which we will get to, does anyone think that the ending had some symbolism with the matron of saints arriving as Jane leaves with Joe?
Yes.
I do, but we're going to get into that. That'll be like one of the last things we talk about with this topic. So let's just get it started. So
this was like the meat of the episode,
yes,
I feel, with Jane.
The meat and potatoes with gravy.
Making me hungry.
Garlic, yeah. So anyway, so Jane is, tied up.
Yeah.
Getting ready to get filled up on, and she wasn't feeling it. She was not feeling it. Now, I said this because I know I said this last couple of episodes about how I thought that David was handsome. I don't know what was going on, but Jane wasn't feeling it. So, what were your thoughts with Jane and David? Just that whole scene. Were you creeped out?
God, that particular scene. Oh, I just feel so much for Jane, because I think seeing this particular episode, especially with the flashback, which we'll talk more about, like, I understood understood her more. And for her to always just be, I feel like she's a fighter. She's been fighting the system, you know, her being a woman in like the man's world of like the work environment in the office setting. And it's just like so frustrating for her to be in this predicament where she's bound. She can't do anything. And then she's helplessly like just unable to do anything. And I feel like that's very symbolic of how some women feel with the men being such vultures, you know, and being able to get away with it. You know, they get away with it in this particular night, but also I feel like in the real world, men get away with that every single day.
Yeah, they do.
I think that was such a huge metaphor, this particular scene. And it was just like very powerful. It definitely stuck out to me in this episode.
Absolutely, because, you know, it's like if they were to just have the scene where you're just seeing Jane tied up and you see the conversation between her and David, it would have been a little boring, but they really entertained us with all these flashbacks. There are about 3 total. So the first one we see is where she's with her mother, and her mother is, well, there's a teacher and he's saying that your daughter, Jane, is exceptional, but we edged her out, meaning she was close but no cigar. So at an early age, she's feeling like she has to, you know, amount up to something that she's not. She has to work even harder. And also, I almost got a little symbolism of it could be because she's a woman of color too. Yeah. Because in that second flashback, you see where she's in the pageant, and she's, you know, she's all of these great things. She's, you know, most loved and she's top of her class, but yet she's in a bikini and she's having to show her body. Yet her mother is, you know, really, she's allowing this. Yeah. She's saying, this is how you get by. This is the game. Let's play their game. Let's play their game. And it's like, wow, I mean, can you blame Jane? Which makes you wonder about how she felt about her mother at a later age. Does she resent her mother because she is still in the hospital? So let us know, you know, your thoughts in the live chat. But what did you think about that with her mother?
I definitely, now it makes sense because we were always wondering, like, why did she want to call her mom and say, like, she forgives her? Remember that? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense because she always kind of, like, held something against her mom, and this makes sense because her mom was so overbearing and wanted her to play the game, and which we find out Anya's playing the game, and it's like, no, Jane didn't want to do that. She didn't want to use her body to get to the top. She wanted to use her brains and her intellect, and I just thought that was very like, okay, now I'm really understanding Jane, and I really like her as a character. She's so much more fleshed out because at first I was like, oh my god, Jane. And it even speaks about the Purge. She doesn't want to play the game of the Purge. She wants to fight it. She tried to play the game in the pageants. She tried to play the game in the Purge when she hired Braca, which that didn't work out. Nope. It makes sense. Everything made sense now. She's like, okay, I don't want to do this. Like, I am a fighter. I want to fight the system. And then Jane's mom said something along the lines of like, we can't change it. We can't change this world. It's just how it is. And I'm like, but Jane's like, no, we can change this world. And I thought that was like, yes, I'm Team Jane now.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just like you said, Anya had said something similar where she's like, you have to play their game. And her mother had said, you know, your looks are an asset in this world. Play by the book. I think that's what she said. And it's just sad, but I think it's great. And it says a lot about Jane's character that she is able to overcome it because she's the one that said, I'm not going to go by what my mom says all the time. This is who I'm going to be. And I like that because we saw in the third flashback where she is, first she's showing a little bit of skin. She gets her first job in finance, which is big. Corporate America. She's trying to also still prove herself because corporate America is a boys' club a lot of the time. So her mom wants her to change into something more revealing, which I thought was really interesting because usually my mom, if there was anything, she would send me right back upstairs. You know, like it could be any little thing, and I'm like, you can't see anything, and she would just have a fit. So I thought that was really interesting how sometimes it's like a hand-me-down from another generation about how you're supposed to think in this world. So, yeah, it says a lot about Jane. So now we're back, and she's still tied up. David is making the moves on her, getting super close.
Isn't it? It's so funny, too, because I feel like we're like, this is scary to watch. Yeah. It's more scary than seeing a scene of, like, someone getting, like, physically killed. Or, like, this is more scary to me when, like, a man is just, like, kind of, like, torturing a woman by...
He's a predator.
By harassing her and molesting her, you know? And asserting his dominance over her just because he can, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's more irritating than like a death scene, personally.
Yes.
So, and I love that they're exploring with this dynamic rather than just like killing, you know?
Yeah, I think it's great because she even mentioned, she says, you're a rapist. And it's like, in a sense, he is. He's a molester. He's a rapist. You know, he's taking advantage of his control, whether it's on the job or off the job. And that's the scary part. And so there's a part where she screams out Anya's name. And Anya finally turns around. She's just kind of in this thing where she's like, I'm above you because I've already been through this, which was shocking. Was that shocking to you?
Yeah, because actually, I think it was, but I'm like, also there are women who do that, who are afraid to not speak up, and I think it's important to have a character like that to show like, no, you need to speak up and fight the system because the system can be effed up at sometimes, a lot of times, but I did like the fact that I think she called the matrons.
I'm hoping she did.
Because she gave the card. She took the card from Jane, which was the Ronda Rousey's, the matron. What's it called again?
Matron of Saints.
Matron of Saints. Started by our girl, Lena Headey.
Yeah, hey girl.
Which is crazy. I love that connection that they made. So I think that was Anya kind of realizing that she did F up. She's like, oh, wait, I think she does feel bad, honestly, about everything that's going on. She just doesn't want to speak up.
Because she doesn't want it to happen to her again.
I'd like to think that she was the one who called. Maybe that makes me give her some brownie points, so...
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, or maybe they're able, because if you think about it, maybe the Matron of Saints are similar to Joe.
Yeah.
Where they're almost there to save, people who are being purged, the weaker ones, I guess you could say. But I'm hoping that she did call them, but we don't really know where Anya is at this point because Joe comes in to save the day, which everyone's scared at first. It's this gunman who's masked, and we're not quite sure who he is, but we know. And so do you think that Jane's mother is the one that called Joe to save her daughter? Is that what we're thinking?
That's definitely something that was brought up last show. Yeah. It would make a lot of sense, but...
let us know in the live chat, guys.
I don't know. If not, then there has to be some kind of connection because it can't just be random,
Right.
And I'm wondering, like, what happened to the other people that he saved? Because he saved another woman, I think, and then like, is she in the back of the truck? So I'm like wondering, like, how did he find her? Well, he found her on like a tracking system or whatever,
which is still weird.
I just feel like there's some kind of connection with Jane and him, and I hope we can trust Joe.
I know, because I still don't know, because even those flashbacks, they love the flashbacks right now, but we still don't know enough about Joe. And my theory from last week was that maybe, because he somehow, hold on, I might have to say this for predictions, but let me just get this out.
No, get it out.
Okay, so because if he knew exactly where Jane was, but this is also the same place where David was, and what if this is the company that had something to do with him being laid off? Because she has a high position. We're not even quite sure exactly what their job responsibilities are, but what if there's some way connected? Because it's a little too close to home. And also, why would Jane's mother know Joe like that? It's just, we're going to need to know a little bit more. But this, this scene ends with a blow, and Jane finally takes the gun, and she pulls the trigger. Pow.
Finally.
He's dead.
I didn't see that coming.
I did, and I was so happy. I was like, please just shoot him, because here's the thing. Here's my question. Because I always want to say David and Rick, but for David to still be alive, Anya, why didn't you shoot your shot and shoot him, whether it be like a few minutes before the purge ends? Because you see him the next day at work. You could have still reported him. Do the police not work? Is the government all off like 364 days out of the year? You could have reported him, sent him to jail, then he's out of your hair. Now, you might have to worry about his family if he has one, but it's like, you could have still handled this.
Maybe she can take his job now.
Something. I just like, it could have been prevented. And maybe I'm trying to be too realistic here, but I'm just like, this could have been prevented. Why was he still alive all this time?
Yeah, I think this episode has a lot, like, it made me really think a lot about the aftermath of the purge.
Yeah.
And so that also, you'll find out in tips, the survival guide about the aftermath. So
I can't wait to hear it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then the scene ends with this bus, which we're thinking it's the Matron of Saints, but part of me is thinking that it's not.
No.
Because remember we saw that bus with the nuns where their outfits were lit up. I don't think that was the same bus as the Matron of Saints, was it?
I don't know.
Remember that bus that had stopped? I don't know. Let us know in the chat. But remember, there's hella buses. Okay, it's hard to keep up with. Okay, so this love triangle. We've got Lila. We've got Jenna. We've got Rick. And now we have Ross, Rick Ross. So I just want to let's deal with Ross for a second. Okay. So. Well, actually, no. Let's just start with Lila. She's coming in. She's screaming. The last episode ended off with that. Were you skeptical about Lila when she's like banging on the door screaming for her life?
Well, she was like, wasn't she bleeding? She was bleeding. So at first I wasn't. I'm just like, you need to let her in. You know,
Yeah.
she's going to be banging out there all night.
It's always somebody at the door.
Absolutely.
Screaming.
Just get her in. But then like, I'm also like, okay, how did she get out? There was someone on the phone that said she was dead.
Yeah.
So I was skeptical. I just want to trust her so much, but I know she's trouble.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That
Especially
girl's
for
trouble.
Rick.
Yeah.
Rick, not a fan of Lila.
Rick is trouble too, but it's like for me, I'm like, I already know he does not like Lila. He wants her gone. And so when she comes in, he's finally saying, you know what, just let her in. Jenna is a little too worried. It's like, honey, you have your husband right here. You're pregnant with his child. You're a little too concerned about Lila. But he lets her in. Now, I feel like they were able to wipe away the blood and get her cleaned up a little too quickly. Like, where are the cuts? Where, you know, she's saying that her parents are gone. Do you believe that?
That is a really good question.
I don't believe it.
God, it would be too good to be true if it was. So maybe she's lying in order to get rid of Rick. You know, she's trying to make this story. Maybe to kind of like make her look like a victim, victimize herself in order for them to gain their trust, basically. So she's weak. Her parents, she's vulnerable, especially to get on Jenna's side. You know, I want to trust you, Lila, but I don't think I do at this point. So I think that's what's happening at this point. But yeah, Rick already caught her. He's just like, her story's like changing.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Which I noticed too. And she said that she was being chased by a group of men. Where we only saw one guy who was trying to chase her, and then he didn't really seem to put up much of a fight. Because I feel like hack her leg off. Like it's the purge. You're gonna go all out. Also, so I don't believe that her parents are dead. Her parents have a lot of money, so they can have a plan B through Z.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I told you. I was like, why are you so mad? You just inherited the company, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like you got money. You didn't even like your dad that much. You wanted to help, like take his money in order to help fund Jenna and Rick, basically. So I'm not really buying it at this point.
I'm not either.
I'm kind of like...
You couldn't even see the disdain that she really had for her parents in these episodes. It's like, if you really do not like your parents, usually you see that in the character. You can kind of tell. We have really no inclination of what her real relationship is like with her parents. It's not enough backstory on it.
We've seen no flashbacks yet. We'll probably get that next week. And also, we said this before, if a character doesn't die on screen, they're not dead.
Exactly.
You know, like we have nothing of the party and like the attack, the invasion. We don't have any scenes yet at this point.
It was a major cliffhanger because we didn't really even see anything that happened after that. When they leave the house, they're all able to escape, and then all of a sudden, you know, Lila is outside too. I thought she was in her room. She wasn't answering you. The person that answered the phone was mad calm. So we're not quite sure what's going on. So I'll save it for predictions. Okay. I'll save it for predictions of what I think that is. But, you know, here's Jenna tucking Lila in like she's a baby and kissing her forehead. And Rick is just feeling some type of way. I think he's being a little dramatic at this point. It's not that serious. But just clearly...
just don't add fuel to the fire yet.
Yeah. And so when they even go into the bedroom, you see Rick just kind of... the
tension.
That was some major tension.
I have to say, like, they're doing a really good job. I think they all the three of them have really good chemistry. And, like, I feel like you can definitely feel the chemistry, like, from the TV screen. You're not even there, but you're like, oh my God, they're really vibing off each other, the actors. So props to them. Shout out to y'all.
Which I love how you can tell they get along because they're always, of course, according to them, they were cracking up behind the scenes. So it's good that they can bring that into this. So clearly Rick has a problem with Lila, so we're trying to figure that out. He's trying to tell Jenna something, and then in comes their neighbor. How did this happen? How did the neighbor get in? He must have been planning this.
He was the one who was attacking Lila too, right?
I don't know that.
I think that was, maybe not. Wait, no.
I don't know. We don't know who that guy was.
Because then Lila like grabbed his eyeball too. So maybe that wasn't him.
You heard the squishy sound. I felt like I felt that myself.
Okay, he got in somehow. We saw like the camera. By the way, the camera said it's 1 a.m. So the Purge still has like 5 hours, I think.
They got a minute.
So I'm like, damn, we're not done through this night. And we got 3 more episodes. So we definitely saw the camera feed of him like getting in there somehow.
Yeah.
So he probably heard the commotion of Lila's attacker and her screaming, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so done with these neighbors. I hate them so much. I'm gonna purge them all." So I think that's how that.
All because they parked in front of his house. I feel like they live in the suburbs.
And their gardener cut his tree down. Don't cut my maple tree down.
Right, exactly. Do you know how long that took to grow? Like, I just felt like it was really dramatic. You probably knew that his wife was pregnant, like something.
And
Ross, what the hell? I didn't get it.
Pulled out a gun on Jenna and Rick. And then props to Rick, though, because he definitely cares about Jenna. I have to say, like, because he's like, don't hurt her. She's pregnant. And immediately Ross turned his gun to Rick.
Well, I wanted him to like charge towards Ross a little bit quicker because it's like he literally just took your wife and put a gun to her head and she's pregnant. I think he would move a little bit quicker. So I'm like, you need a new husband, girl. He should have gone in a little quicker. So I just thought that was really interesting. But did you ever think that the gun might not be loaded?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because this neighbor, we don't know a lot about him, but he just seems like a punk.
He gave me creep vibes in episode 1, but I don't know. I feel like it was always loaded though, because like, what else would he do? He wants them dead.
And it's the purge.
Exactly. He's like, it's my right.
Safety.
It's my right. He doesn't even know how to use that gun.
Exactly.
Ross.
I'm not breaking any laws. And then here comes Lila in with the knife.
Oh my God.
Which. This question, I didn't even think about it when I watched it, but where did she get this knife from?
I know.
Did she sneak down to the kitchen really quick? You know, stairs usually creak, carpet or not, and then she just came back up? No, there's no way. Where did that knife come from?
Yeah. I think... okay. I think she definitely, when she was getting tucked in, I think she had it. She probably had it.
Why didn't she use it on that Purge guy?
No. I think she took it from their kitchen or something like that. And like
when?
I don't know. Maybe like before the shower, maybe during the shower. I don't know. But I think she had it. I guess it's a projection. It's not really. But I think she had that knife the whole entire time because she wanted to maybe get rid of Rick during the night or something like that.
I definitely don't think she likes Rick at all at this point. She is probably like, I liked Jenna much better. Some next time.
I think they both see each other as a obstacle, and their goal is, I think their goal is Jenna, they want to partner with Jenna, and obviously I think she does genuinely love Jenna, but she also wants more out of Jenna, money.
Unless they love Jenna so much that they just feel the need to kill her, because sometimes love kills. That was perfect. So I don't know, but just even that whole scene of her stabbing his spine, Lila stabbing Ross's spine in the head.
Yeah, that made me cringe. I was like, I felt that.
Even if that's the Purge, though, wouldn't you be a little bit more scared? Like, yes, you're trying to save someone, but I felt like seeing that type of behavior from her, something we have not seen before.
To get him in the spine, she knows where to get
them. In the spine? She knows something.
She knows where to get them.
Exactly.
That wasn't her first time at the rodeo.
No, so it's like, it just makes you wonder, like, what is she capable of?
Exactly.
I don't know. But... what do you... okay, so then there's a scene where they're sitting on the couch, they're watching the news. Jenna somehow, she is laying on... she just somehow dozes off and lies on... You can help where you lay your head, okay? Your husband's right here, but you just happen to lean over this way because you're more comfortable. I don't get it, but okay. And then Rick feels some type of way because here's Lila coming in to put her hands on Jenna. She knows what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was very ironic how this scene ends, and it's panning out and you see Jenna, who's lying down, sleep, not bothering anybody. So she's almost like a non-factor. And you see them two. They're both awake. They're both feeling this tension. And then you see the TV where it's in flames. Mm-hmm. The news story is in flames, literally. I think that's definitely some symbolism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some stuff is going to go down. I try not to curse on air. Yeah. I'm like, some shiz is about to hit the fan, okay?
Yeah.
Or on fire. On fire.
And Justin Barnes in the chat says, Lila clearly demonstrated how to kill. She claims to be against the NFFA, but she knows how to kill. Clearly that's crap.
She absolutely is Laura Croft, probably.
And honestly, all
Lila
that
Croft?
money... yeah, literally. Let's call her that from now on, LC. Because, she already kind of knows how to kill. Mm-hmm. She probably learned this through her parents. All these years purging, they probably dealt with a lot of crap. Mm-hmm. She's probably seen a lot.
And then Cassandra, she said Lila wanted to raise the baby with Jenna. Remember that conversation? Yeah. So, Rick, she's trying to write him out,
I'm going to save.
And then we forgot about the scene with trying to get the blood out of the carpet, and then she's like, I want to move. Like, I'm not raising my
thank
baby.
you.
I'm not
Thank
raising my
you.
baby in this house no more.
Yeah.
So that causes even more drama for
That's
them.
going to cause more drama because, one, moving is expensive. It's one of the most stressful things that most people go through in life is moving. Death, divorce, and moving. Those are the top three, in case you were wondering. But, Rick is hurting for money. And so I think that's not going to make him happier to have to try to, especially after the purge, knowing that someone died. What are they going to do with the body? What did they do with the body?
And I did...
So many questions.
I did feel bad for Rick, though, because Jenna got mad at Rick, kind of. And, Rick didn't kill
He didn't do anything.
That was Lila. And she's not mad at Lila. So
he's going to be mad at Jenna. I'm honestly a little bit nervous for Jenna. And he's probably a little nervous just even being around Lila because he just saw her kill somebody cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, but, we'll save all of that for predictions. But let's get into some news and gossip.
Yes. Here we go.
All right. So
Spill
news and
it.
gossip. I already have so many things planned for you guys just to kind of hear about. So one of the first things is we have a behind the scenes.
Ooh.
So this episode was actually directed by, let's see here. Jessica describes it as, it's like the Purge dogs. We'll get into that.
Ooh.
But let's go ahead and play it because they show it right here on their Instagram. Let's go. And just to clarify, it's Tara Nicole Ware. She actually produced and directed.
Oh,
this.
nice.
So you see a little behind the scenes. And if you want to
Ooh.
follow them, it's the Prodigal Dogs. That's what it is. I was
Nice.
like, I knew it was dogs something.
So she directed this episode?
Yeah.
I think that was very important to have a female director, especially with the arc of Jane and having to deal with David.
Absolutely.
And all the misogyny that was going on.
Especially it's very timely, Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, this was honestly, I really like this episode.
Me too.
So props to this episode. And it's
That's
so
awesome.
It's so nice seeing them not stressed because this
Yeah.
series is so tense.
The anxiety is always real here. So next, let's get into Penelope, aka Jessica Garza. So she posted on her Instagram. If you guys are interested in following her on Instagram, it's at Jessica Garza. And here she is, sporting a nice T-shirt. And if you can zoom in on that, or just if you guys can see that, it's Carnival of Flesh. That's how it reads.
Oh,
I'd wear
was
it.
that what the carnival was called?
Yeah,
in
the
the show?
Carnival of Flesh. Yeah,
She looks
says
good. That's
she
a look.
does. It is a look with the stripes
Slay,
and
Jessica.
even like her sleeves where it's the red, white, and blue.
Oh,
For America, get it?
Hex yeah.
Carnival of Flesh. I'd rock it. I like it. Yeah.
She's got style.
She does. I like it. So next, speaking of Jessica, her character Penelope and Gabriel Shavara, who plays Miguel, there's a behind the scenes of them at Hollywood Horror Nights, which is right up the street. If you guys are interested in anything scary, the mazes, it's awesome. We have a quick clip, so we're gonna go ahead and play that.
Oh my God, I need to go. We need to go.
I want to go so bad. You want to go this weekend? Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but are you scared of people coming up to your face and trying to kill
live
you?
for the thrill of it.
All right.
As long as it's not really real.
I just love the mazes. But one time
Yeah.
I went into a maze and I went backstage accidentally. I was like, oh no. So you got to be careful with those mazes.
Yeah.
Stay on stage. Don't go
Right.
off stage.
I just like being scared if it's like the natural element for it. So yeah,
Do
but
you
yeah.
scare easily?
Do I? I guess I do. Yeah. I can be a little, Oh, and here we are.
Oh, Queen.
There's Jessica.
Oh my God,
Ooh.
I love her horns.
And we are getting ready to go
Yes.
into the Purge.
The girl in the yellow also was in the first Purge movie.
Are you excited?
No
I can't think
way.
of her name, but she was.
She was?
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe she was in.
Not the first
She
Purge
look-
movie, but the movie The First Purge.
Oh, okay. She looks
like the third
familiar.
one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is this the Purge actually
Oh, I love her horns, and I want some now.
Nice. Oh my God. This looks.
Miguel, you should not be screaming.
He's a loud
Navy
screamer.
SEAL.
This is the movie,
He's-
you know when they're coming.
He needs to protect them.
Yeah, he's very cute.
No.
Wait, where'd your fighting go? Where'd your fighting skills go, dude?
At Universal Horror Nights. Come check it out. And while we
Let's go now.
Yeah,
Is it
seriously.
still open tonight?
It's so cute seeing Jessica get scared like this. Okay, so let's see here. So that was it for that clip. So, of course, we have some more. Now, as you guys know, Tyler, as you can tell, Tyler and Danny were not able to make it today. Usually we have our awesome Purge mask, and I was going to ask Tyler where he got his black one from, because I know one of the commenters was wondering. But if you want a mask yourself, you can actually get one generated. So Gabriel had tweeted earlier just how you can kind of get your own Purge mask generated. You upload your own photo, and then they'll do all the work for you on the website. So if you want to go to that, the link to the page is, of course, www.thepurgemaskcreator.com.
Yes.
So it's pretty awesome. And I wanted to kind of try it out for myself.
Oh, did you do it?
I did. Yes. So I kind of uploaded a little quick photo. I don't know if you guys have that.
Oh my God.
But this is how I look with my Purge mask on.
Oh my God. I love it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So they'll also like kind of create a video for you, so you can download it. You can share it on your Facebook, Twitter. Share it. And of course, make sure you hashtag the Purge.
Yes. Send it to us. We want to see your mask.
Yeah, send it to us. You can tweet us. You guys will give you our Twitter handles towards the end. But just make sure you guys do that. I would love to kind of see what you guys look like. Let's keep the conversation going. But I hope you guys are still watching. Stay tuned with us because we have a special segment. Ollie is going to teach us how to survive the Purge. You know, we're the only two standing, so I need to make sure I stay alive.
Yes. So as long as you listen to these tips and tricks, these 5 tips and
notes.
tricks, you'll survive. Because like I mentioned earlier, this episode really got me into thinking about the aftermath of the Purge. Like, how are things going to happen the day after Purge Night? There's like so much you have to deal with, so much you have to deal with people. You know, your house broken into maybe. So here's some tips and tricks, 5 tips and tricks to help you along your way of the aftermath of the Purge.
Okay.
Number 1, well, Jenna kind of got this down. She move. You know, depending on your situation, how bad it was on Purge Night, I would suggest moving. Like, if your neighbors attacked you, want to kill you, they hate you all year round, maybe you should move. You know, start a fresh start. I don't know. Moving does suck. You mentioned earlier.
It does. It's stressful.
But also, it just depends on your situation. So I would, always keep it out there. It's an option to move. So start looking at apartments. If you're a house owner, that might be a little bit, sell. I don't know how the market is. It's not my area of expertise. But, moving is always an option. Number 2, you got blood on something, just throw it out. You don't want that reminder. Blood does not come out.
It's too opaque.
Not that I would know, but just throw it away. Just get it out of there. Number 3, go to the thrift store. You might have your stuff broken, your clothes. Get some new threads. I love thrifting, okay? Do you like thrifting?
It depends. Sometimes the clothes smell a bit for me, but then I'm wondering, if you go to the thrift store, what if it's like you see something cut up because of someone who has previously purged, and it's like, this is Billy Bob's old, flannel t-shirt. This is what he wore. It was still in good condition, but, it's just, I would be really creeped out. This is like the Purge thrift store.
Well, as long as it don't got no blood on it, I would be like, hey, that's totally fine.
Or you can get a discount.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wonder how the prices would be. But yeah, definitely. Jenna got blood on the carpet, so throw that carpet out.
Yeah,
go get a new one from the thrift store.
Maybe they rolled Ross in that rug.
Maybe. They should have. It would have been
a lot easier. And then throw it down the steps, put it in the basement, worry about it, burn it.
I know. Poor Ross, our boy. I think he had a wife. He had a dog. I hope they're okay. This is the aftermath.
At least they get that parking spot. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Absolutely. Number 3, take a self-defense class, people. If you got beat the hell up, you're gonna want to learn how to defend yourself. That's just a helpful tip in general. I know there's not a lot of crime going on throughout the rest of the year, but it always helps to really know how to defend yourself.
Absolutely.
Matron of Saints, check them out if you're a woman, because I think they only help women, which they should, because the Purge Night, for every man killed, 3 women are killed, or abused, or molested, or harassed.
Maybe they have some Groupon classes for it.
Yeah. But men, you too, also, I would suggest, because you're still in danger on Purge Night as well. We saw you at the carnival.
Exactly.
Getting chopped up and whatnot. And finally, I would suggest cutting some people out of your life. Someone tried to kill you, just cut those people out. They wanted to cut you. If you survived that fight, just cut them out. It's really helpful to cut people out of your life in general, especially those toxic people.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to just do you. Focus on yourself. Develop as a person. You got another purge coming next year, so get ready. focus on you. Take that self-defense class. Go get a new refrigerator at that thrift store.
Yeah.
And also maybe move if you want.
Yeah.
But thank you, Jaimi. That's been my tips and tricks of surviving the aftermath of the Purge this week. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Seriously, what would we do without you? We would die.
I've survived many a Purge, so I know how this stuff goes down. But
thank you for your guidance.
Always. I got you.
We really appreciate that. So you guys, you guys have been awesome in the live chat. I love the conversation. A lot of you guys are agreeing with some people. Some of you are like really a little skeptical about some people like Lila. That is clearly not her first kill. I agree with you guys in the chat. And of course, thank you for surviving this after show with us.
Yes.
So let's get into predictions because there's a lot.
There is. Okay. I'm start thinking.
Okay. All right. So as far as predictions, that's why it's sometimes so hard to kind of keep that thought because, of course, there's so many things that could be happening.
Yes.
But I definitely think that Lila's parents are still alive. I think that Rick is hurting for that money. So when he heard Jenna say that they want to move, he's like, this extra stress on top of this on Purge Night, someone's got to die. He wants to take it out on somebody. And remember that scene where he was at the dinner, he had that gun, and Jenna says, I saw that look in your eyes. So Jenna had given him the gun. She says, figure out what to do with this. Jenna, why would you do that? Why would you give why would you give Rick the gun? So I'm a little nervous about what he's going to do. It's probably in his pocket, whereas Lila's knife, it's probably somewhere in her pocket on the left side. So Jenna, girl, wake up or just stay asleep.
I love it.
Something. But I think something crazy is going to go down. And as far as who was in that bus, was it the Matron of Saints? I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that Jane is safe because I'm not really sure about how safe they are for her.
Yeah.
Ollie?
I'm really hoping Jane's safe too. Joe assured her, I'm taking you to a safe place. Those were his exact words. But I'm wondering where the heck is he taking these people? So I'm wondering, she's not out of the woods yet, just like Miguel and Penelope.
Yeah.
I think Miguel and Penelope are going to get into some crazy stuff. I think in the preview, we saw Penelope saying she wanted to save her friends. So I don't know if she's trying to save the blue crew from Tavis, maybe. I don't know. So maybe that's going to happen. And then finally, with our love triangle here, oh, God, I think there's going to be a showdown. Lila versus Rick. They want to kill each other. We can't trust Lila. And I think we're going to finally get more background with Lila and her actual relationship with her parents. She might be loving her parents, Yeah. So for all we know, she's been feeding them an entire lie this entire time. So, especially now Jenna's asleep. So some stuff's going to go down between Lila and our man Rick.
Absolutely.
And I'm worried.
I'm worried too. But then we did see the preview where was that Rick laying on the ground where his mouth was tied up?
Yes.
Did the Matron of Saints do something with that?
Lila. Ooh.
Something.
That's not the last time we've seen it though.
Yeah.
Maybe Lila has called them to get Rick.
Something's going to come full circle, but honestly, I need it to happen sooner than later because I need to know now. I need to know because it's going to be episode 8, then it's 2 more after that. I feel like they might leave us on a cliffhanger on that very last episode, and I need more before then. So do us a favor, Purge.
Gosh.
And AfterBuzzers, you do us a favor to make sure you like and subscribe, and of course comment, and keep the live chat going. We are about to end soon, so I will let you guys know where you can find me. I'm Jaimi Gray. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or IG at Jaimi Gray, and I'm on other after shows, so you got to make sure you subscribe to those. I have Disney News Weekly tomorrow. Me and Ollie wrapped up My Hero Academia. And I have How to Get Away with Murder on Thursdays at 8. So make sure you guys check that out. Actually, it's at 9. But yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer. Check me out with Jaimi as well on the My Hero Academia After Show on Tuesdays at 6 p.m., right? I got that right, hopefully. And also on Horror Movie News with Carrie D. Lane and Anthony on the Popcorn Talk Network at 4 p.m. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and really talking with us this week in the chat.
We loved it.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Purge you later. Stay
Purge you
safe.
later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.